dependent nature. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews attempted suicide. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impact. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impact was gone forever. And that's why. Why would not? Is this what they call falling to think? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them alive. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others. When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. And that's according to Adrian Andrews herself. And that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. That's terrible. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking to someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer. You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Pearls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with a little finger. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What is it? An electromagnetic receiver. I plan to tracking device on that. So that noise we heard was a receiver. Really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What else are you talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? But then...
Take that!
Motive for murder. Celeste Impacts, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid perjury tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death, none. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you're completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
Take that!
Fuck. There we go. Mr. Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone's hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Kurita. What? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through it too, didn't you? Went through what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all a lie. A facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impax, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but... No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what become of the note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impax's note. You heard about it and thought to recover from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, and everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was, why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems like you have become the only reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Miss Impax was everything to you, and then she died. And you'd do anything to find out why she killed herself, even commit murder. Holy shit! Thank you! True. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. Pushed against all that though, I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing is the one thing I have taken me to grave. My secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So we got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... I understand. Oh, I have one small thing. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. And if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, Miss? I don't quite know, it just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, isn't it? Doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ongard in your capable hands. Well, I think we've gathered about what we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no, I'm okay, really. I'm fine, really am. You don't look fine to me. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact is suicidal? That's right. She was also the one to discard the victim's body. Clever. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Hello? Vancouver officers.
Mr. Attorney, you're not answering the phone.
Maya! Where's Maya?
As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
Phew.
Which is why, I suppose, she is ultimately punished. So I suggest you win a quicker quitter, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, Maya, let me hear her!
Very well.
Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis. Ask my sis. Maya, damn it! You can't... Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You hold this one. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. Talk. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. Glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read a note she left. I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call and the hotel was drugged now. And she didn't see a face of her attacker. Ah, Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I'm starving. You really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're awake right now. It's locked. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it, the shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. I had a feeling this card might be useful. Such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. It did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of it. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried.
To be continued.
Yes. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! No one can do anything like that. In court today, there'll be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on Mr. Lawyer. Dude, let down the room now. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia, you must get complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on my situation right now. Or Pearls either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. It's him. This is right.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you should really be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this time. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. Even if you don't like the gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present? This lawyer dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with me. So, forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Count it! Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Engard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the presence that man was talking about. His presence. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she right? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. You're... Void shot. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Franziska Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Yeah, that's all well, but you're on the defendant's bench. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matongard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. God, he's still doing that finger wagging. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. What, that you can have... can get an innocent person convicted, but also a felon set free? Now then, the prosecution would like to put its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation? My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct for now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for the first witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. If you want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start now. You ready, Phoenix? This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, without to be Edgeworth as my opponent, the answer he was struggling for. Interesting. So like I said, there's no innocent or guilty. There's 4 ways to go about it. You can get a guilty person guilty, and then there are 3 ways to go about it. Innocent person found guilty, guilty person found innocent, innocent person found innocent. So the third... Show me a answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Still annoying how he does that. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Awards ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone in their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m., and then there was a short break. Special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, Detective. person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about?
She's the defendant, Matt Engarde's manager. She's a very pretty lady, sir.
Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she'll grace us with her presence.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Engarde. The visitor in his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir.
I see, and that's when she found the victim's body.
Hold it!
The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Yes. Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, real pose attention will be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana.
His bandana, sir? That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir?
Ah, yes, I see.
His banana-scented bandana. Bananas have nothing to do with it. Then what about the knife? Seems to be stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
We have a crafty murder on our hands here.
Autopsy report added to the court record. Of course, strangled with a scarf and stabbed with a neck. Stabbed with a knife, not stabbed with a neck. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The jamming ninja don't go anywhere without his private guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
Oh, then how about this theory? I found really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
We thought that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. God, my voices have changed. Only the victims, huh?
I see. Ah, so much for my theory then.
However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gateway Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
The private guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case from himself.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. The guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to our next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt Engarde? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edge was back in full swing.
Very well, Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir. Matt Engarde and Juan Corrida were huge rivals of each other. Each thought the other guy was in his way. That's more than enough in my book. As for evidence, there's a gem in Ninja's button. The ripped off the ninja costume was found in Mr. Engarde's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought a knife to the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing.
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Knife added to the court record. And there's this button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, wasn't it?
And is this button also covered in blood? Yes, I mean, no, that blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What?
Jamming Ninja's button added to the court record.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find a hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Engarde won, did he not?
Yeah. But you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corrida was always one step behind Mr. Engarde in everything.
How?
This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for a big final showdown.
But Mr. Corrida lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Hold it!
Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Engarde was beating Mr. Corrida, in the popularity polls.
Well, yeah, I guess, but
Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not survivable at all. Which means they had no motive to kill him.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective? It's not. Well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Not...
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
Now, Detective, let's continue with the testimony.
Not my poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone?
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that button belongs to the victim?
What do you mean, pal?
Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
What can you tell by just looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it.
Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
Alright, I know how to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Fred. The button was attached to the costume by Fred, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume and the thread on the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. When was this button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corrida. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder.
The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks. Unlike some people. Hey, what is he trying to say about me here?
Hold it!
How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying any attention to the testimony right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There was no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder.
So is the defendant the owner of this knife, then?
There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if you brought a knife.
Sorry, pal. This ain't some pocket knife. Doesn't pose, so it's not great for walking around with either. Ah, well, this is not good. Prosecution proves a premeditated murder. We're done for. Phoenix? Yes? Something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before assuming. Weapon covered in the victim's blood and a knife on guard's fingerprints. Nope. Weird. Could have sworn that comes in somewhere. Nope. Nope. Filling time for my brain to switch off. No. Damn it! This is a brilliant time for my brain to switch off. There we go. So, that was my last line of thought. Wait a second. What? Just came back to me in the flash. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Mental note, start going with gut. Gatewater, I think I've heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently under police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh. The question is, where did this knife come from? Well, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Creeder's room. So? sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate the last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what's on top of the table.
There was a knife and a fork on the table.
Oh yeah, that's proper etiquette.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I'd like for us to recall the name of the defendant, Mr. Matt Engarde. Especially what was on top of his table. There's something missing. Perhaps it is a simple knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Engarde's knife was missing. Miss Engarde had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Now when? Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliantly clear deduction.
Seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is wasted beyond this time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
What evidence?
Evidence not yet shown. It means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, Phoenix, the judge is favouring the prosecution right now. There's something wrong here. That gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of other feet.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
There's one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one.
Aha, no!
I hate these insta-death. This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you have to say?
Ah, well yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews video? There's no way. I'd pay a week here to try this over and look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point of certainty. Do I just forfeit if you're thought-provoking enough? The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory
I would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup up on the table. You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough, Jay Wright. Do you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course it has been thoroughly inspected. Fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left in this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it now. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Probably fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Creeder. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I thought long and hard in this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to tend to my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? What? Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Gotcha. I wonder what happened to our calm composure earlier. Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what years since we last met. You'd be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet was the wicked witch of the witness stand? I tell you, this is how I know I'm supposed to do, so today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Shush, I'm talking to my dad, you wedgie man. Don't interrupt the scramps. Yes, Mum! No, please, by all means interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that mind though, Reggie. Now then, what shall I start? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my theory wrong. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. Get a vermouth bag. You mean you were a fan of the victim? But those who were the same age. Funny? Holy shit, that's 21. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed night and morning. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hold it!
You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yes. Really? Annoying fact, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person. I have a sense of deja vu. We divided the people last year. I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters. But it does. No, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too.
Objection! Hold it! Hold it!
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he's wearing it. She's so sure of herself, it's a point of self-absorption.
Hold it!
Something you're interested in. Just what was it? Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it be relevant, we can always have it appended to a judgment later. Looks like we should enforce right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Hold it!
Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things. Those who didn't pay attention in class. Yes. Yes, well that would have explained why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct?
Hold it!
Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has been carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. When that came out of Warren's room, he was... Yes, he was! I'm too scared, I can't say his name out loud. Oh, I wouldn't give that Francisca's whip, I don't know. Well, I guess I could tell you since he was such a bad boy. Miss Oldback. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? It's button number 2 of the German ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you for this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Engarde's body during a full-body search. See, this button proves beyond a shadow of doubt it was that rascal Engarde. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Akama pants. See, and Engarde is the nickel. Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Engarde, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So you saw in actuality was not Matt Engarde, Mr. Engarde, the man, but Mr. Engarde, the nickel samurai? What do you think about it? I really want to say what we're talking about. A.G. Pooh, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one saying, not you. I knew it. I knew you'd say you were inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such things. But the possibility does exist. Yes, you know from the previous year. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesturing. Could you please get on with your testimony? What's your language, young man? What sort of tone does that have to take from an elder? What? You're actually saying someone out my poor ears. Mr. Erdrev, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts. Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth. Old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket. And now he's not. Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be the judge, being Judge Wagner here in the public court. So what? Well, what I said earlier, who puts any weight into things like that? But now it's everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did Carl become free hat tricks over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? And why wouldn't that be? That way, no one can see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you'd think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You're such an annoying child. You know, you disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was Nicholas Summer? As sure as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Have I earned the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in the testimony as seen in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. The ticket? Nope. Oh, the fingerprints.
Objection!
Please take a look at this. Yes, so it's a nice big deal. If you're trying to scare me, I'll tell you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask, it's because the defendant's fingerprints on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving? If Mr. Ongard was really in the Nicholas Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on the knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right, Nicholas Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. And let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room wearing costume as Nicholas Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talking to the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes on. Yes. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intent of killing him. Now up to this point, are there any problems with theory? There's a contradiction. Stay with him.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that!
This knife. This was used by Mr. Ongard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that my client was in fact a killer, and he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? To frame my client, Miss Ongard, of course. To frame... Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that when the saw the Nicholas Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness... Looks like it made your life a little tiny bit more difficult, huh, Ejipu? Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nicholas Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ongard and Nicholas Samurai, his character on TV? But I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nicholas Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nicholas Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? No top secret, anyone outside of security? I have a feeling that you're waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida, am I correct, witness? The way you think, you are a sad amateur, a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So that was waiting around in front of the victim's room. It doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida. Nope. Nope.
Take that!
Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On-Guard's manager. Well, why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? Seems that this is the latest room in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... oh, I see. The judge seems to be really into this article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's... Adrian Andrews, without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this old sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness? Why in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation in secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness. Please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of your lungs. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Here we go. Allegro. Ah, you just sat in front of the entire court. The defendant and his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court. Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags of fire. Kill it! With fire. Fuck. You can't say something like that without proof. That's a slander. No. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between news and gossip. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway... Oh wait. Anyway, On Guard will never get me to say touche. If you read the article, it's the way around.
Hold it!
You don't have any proof that Mr. Enguarde did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock, the shock of hearing the truth. But, you know, I can't do anything, but boy, I wish I could do something about you. Nope.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that! Take that! Hold it!
No, stop! Man, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door.
Hold it!
Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's... Who in the world now back at such a secret piece of information? Professor Further. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got the secret information, you'll get to go home today. Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me! What do I have to do with this?
Objection!
No witness could have gotten no information from anywhere. Annie lectures me on reckless blabbering. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag? Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret information, isn't it?
Take that!
The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No. I said impressions. Then everything written on this paper is piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's no.
Then you're the one who took Miss Hart's note?
Edgy poo, you believe them? So you're trying to help out the Angel Isle. It's only one little piece of paper. Not taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just the once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
I say pile on more pressure.
I'll lay off on her now. She'll get away. Find some way to inflict a definite blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lovely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that note was the only thing you stole that night. Okay, so writing the mark now. Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? Of course it would have been.
A camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me."
Why, witness!
What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Lotta, feel free to charge interest.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos, hurry. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. I'm invisible.
This photo leaves the site of... I think we can all agree there's nothing strange in this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster. God, I hate the ultimate penalty.
Take that!
What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costumed person in the photo could not have been Mr. Ongard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at Nicholas Sunrise poster. Farewell.